Hello, my name is Leo. Welcome back to episode of 4 Golden. Alright, so we're gonna do, working with the Mr. Edogawa's TV classroom, I should say, because the truth about complexes. The 7th of 10 lectures explaining the basics of Jungian psychology. The central theme of the persona theories. So, spoilers, I've already done the quiz. I did not unlock the second one. I really want to do the second one, but I won't. I'll do that later. Tune in to probably tomorrow's video to watch me do the quiz. Anyway, today we're going to do Mr. Edogawa.
Mr. Edogawa's TV classroom.
Hello there everyone, it's time for Mr. Edogawa's TV classroom. Everyone loves Jungian psychology, an invitation to the you that you don't know. For better or for worse, it's the 7th lecture, the truth about complexes. Now, let us begin the lesson with Kabuchira, Buchira. Okay. These Jungian psychology lectures have been centered on the unconscious. Today, let me introduce you to an important word that relates to the unconscious. Coined by Jung himself. It's now a widely commonly used term. Complex. Complex, the mechanism of the mind. Generally, when we say complex by itself, in everyday conversation, it refers to an inferiority complex. Psychological definition is slightly different. Hold on, I got bullshit going on with my nose. I'm gonna fix it. Like that. Okay. In psychology, a complex is a power that prevents the conscious from functioning properly. It's not a feeling of worthlessness, but it can. But the power that bends the mind in order to make you feel that way in the first place. That is the complex. Where is the complex? I will give you a more concrete explanation, but first, let me ask you a question. I've taught you that the human mind is split into the conscious and unconscious. Now then, where do you think a complex lies? The unconscious. Okay, you got it right. You're becoming quite sharp. A complex forms in the unconscious. That's why it can be so troublesome. How complexes are formed. The conscious, personal unconscious, collective unconscious, complex. So, how are these complexes living inside the unconscious formed? In most cases, it seems that they are caused by personal experience. Let me give you an example. Let's say a person has a strict upbringing since youth. He's always been taught to be courteous and clean. He hates sloppiness and dirtiness to the point where he will faint if he so much as touches something dirty. Even when the level of dirtiness is still within a normal person's tolerances, this person's mind simply cannot accept them. Why does he hate dirtiness so much? To the point where it causes his mind to function improperly. It's thought that this is because his obsession with cleanliness has, over time, sunk into the unconscious and stayed there. His hatred of uncleanliness has moved from his conscious and formed a complex lodged firmly in his unconscious. When this complex flows backwards back into the conscious, it causes a person to have abnormal reactions. Individual unconscious and complexes. I just gave you an example of how a complex forms in the unconscious through an individual's experience. This unconscious, in more specific Jungian terms, points to the personal unconscious. Complexes are formed in the personal unconscious, which is a subset of an individual's unconscious. Okay. There are other processes that form complexes, but for now, just remember this. How to deal with complexes. Now then, all people carry at least one complex, be they large or small. The problem arises when one emerges and interferes with the person's social life. When a person's complex is stimulated, he or she becomes emotional, causing abnormal behavior. If this gets worse, the person may not be able to maintain relationships with other people, or suffer a breakdown. I'm sure you're all thinking, then we should be trying to find a way to get rid of complexes. Being in the unconscious, they are difficult to find, and once found, removing one is even harder. Then, what do? Face our complexes? Face our complexes, huh? That's a very trying thing to do. And yet it is said that acknowledging the existence of a complex is the first step to treating it. Your opinion is correct. Here's one proposed method to facing a complex. Is the complex about me? Is it a complex if I hate natto and I don't want to eat it with a passion? That's you. Perhaps it isn't the complex making you lopsided, but your own ego that's making your mind imbalanced. In other words, it has a positive view of a complex. One that forms in order to balance out your already lopsided mind. So who said that? Oh. According to this view, when you find your complex, it is your chance to become a better person. Some of you may think that you've heard this before. To those people, I commend you. This has many similarities to what I talked about during the lecture on the shadow architect. In that lesson, I told you about acknowledging one's own shadow. The hidden things in your mind are not pure evil. It is important to have a good look at them. Do those fast. That was short as shit. Don't fear your complexes. Now then, it looks like our time is up. Basically, we all have the means in our minds to cope with complexes. If anyone is worried about this lecture, there's no need for pessimism. Just face your own mind. And that's it for today. That was short as hell. Alright. Good, because I need to go. Alright, well, like I said, tomorrow enjoy the prelims that I've already done. And I will probably do the playoffs, which it seems to unlock the next set after you do the first set. I'll do that sometime in the future. Thanks for tuning in, Justin, if you're still here. Hope you get better, buddy. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.